Dad, so Dad obviously was my principal from 2nd through 8th grade. And I loved having my dad, being able to see my dad every day. I never got in trouble. I didn't have to worry about that. At home, he was a hands-on dad. He was also the dad that would work all day and then go outside and work at the barn. Took care of the cows, mowed the grass, all those things. And so he is like a hardworking man, morning, noon, and night.
Funny because at home, he was still very laid back, easygoing, but he would give you the principal face, and you knew it was serious and to back off. But he just was so even keel and caring, just like he was at school. So I know some friends and people can imagine him being a dad because they only saw him as a principal. But
I had my dad as my principal kindergarten through I think 4th or 5th grade, and then again in middle school. It has its ups and downs. In elementary school, you know, if I didn't feel good or anything, I could just go to his office and he'd comfort me and didn't have to worry about the nurse necessarily. Middle school, I was a good kid, but got away with a lot because my dad was the principal. And the bad thing is, like, if I got in trouble in class, he'd know before I'd have a chance to tell him.
Yeah.
But other than that, if I needed lunch money, I'd just go into his office and his secretaries would fight me and they're rummaging through his drawers looking for cash or something. So it definitely had more ups than downs.
One of my favorite things was at the elementary level, he had a contest or an initiative where he would wear a new tie every day and he would ask kids about reading. And if they could answer some questions about reading, because it was, reading was important to him, we got to cut off a piece of his tie. And so then the kids thought that was hilarious because he'd walk around with, different levels of tie during the day. And at home, we liked to pick out what ugly tie he was going to wear so that he could cut it up.
I got a few stories to talk about right now. And you might laugh a bit, and I know Mr. Breedlove, you're sitting there probably going, oh gosh, what's he gonna say? I'm gonna talk a little bit about, Mr. Breedlove did not hire me at Piper USD 203. I was hired by the superintendent, and I never met the man. We were gonna go, through the summer, we were gonna go on an entrepreneurship seminar up in Philadelphia. And I was going to go with Jim Bannister, the entrepreneurship teacher. And Jim had knee surgery, and he called me a week before we were about ready to leave, and he goes, I can't go. And I said, well, who's going? He goes, your boss. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going with this old dude, and I'm 24 years old, and I'm thinking this is going to stink on ice. And so we arrive in Philadelphia, everything's going good. We arrive at the hotel and we go in the room. And if you don't know Mr. Breedlove, he loves sports. And back in the day, by his farm, they didn't get ESPN. And so we walked in there and Mr. Breedlove went immediately to the TV, turned on ESPN, and it was not working. He picked up the phone and called down to the office and said, my ESPN isn't working, I need another room. And I thought to myself, this dude's pretty cool. All right, we'll have some fun with this. So anyway, long story short, we go through the seminar and then we have a free night, and he said, hey, you want to go to a Phillies game? So you remember this, Larry. We went to the Phillies game, and it was the longest scoreless game. It went 16 innings, and the score was 1-0. So Mr. Breedlove and I are riding the subway back home, back to our hotel, and we come up on the road from the subway, and we're walking down these it's dark, and we're going by this bar on the left-hand side, and I look over there, and there's this guy chasing this other guy with a gun, and Mr. Breedlove, he was like, just keep walking, David, just keep walking, just keep walking. And I'm like, we're gonna get shot here in Philadelphia. And come to find out, the guy was shooting a squirt gun, but we thought it was real. But that was a good time. We had a great trip, and I knew right then and there that Larry was in my corner. And so he comes to my door. This is probably 3 or 4 years later. He comes to my door and walks at my classroom door, and he walks in, and he did one of these things. You know, with that look. Everybody knows the look. All you people know the look. If you know Mr. Breedlove, that look. I didn't know if he was serious. I didn't know if he was playing around. He gave me that look and he said, "Come here." He goes, "I got a sub for you." And I'm thinking the whole time, what did I do wrong? Am I getting walked out? Am I getting escorted out? What is going on? And so he didn't say a word. When we went to his truck and got in, he goes, "You ever seen a calf born?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." He goes, "Well, I got 2 that are about ready to have their calves." So Mr. Breedlove and I went out there, ties, slacks, out in the middle of his field, and watched a calf just first time I'd ever seen it. It's kind of cool. We had so many good times, and honestly, I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me and my family, my career. It's all because of you, and I appreciate you and your family, and God bless.
Yeah, so as a young teacher, I had 1 year of teaching under my belt when I came to Piper Middle School. There was a lot that I needed to learn, not just about the dynamics of Piper, but also just how to be an effective teacher and how I could be a positive role model and influence for the students that I worked with. And one of the things that I learned quickly from Mr. Breedlove was what it meant to be somebody who is a person of character, who holds themselves to high standards in every place that they're in. And I could tell immediately just the type of, the high level of character that he had, and I wanted to aspire to that as a teacher, as a new dad, as a husband. I wanted to be that type of person in all the spaces I was in, and I really admired and respected him just based on the influence that he projected. To see Larry honored in this way, I think it's just so rewarding to know how much he's given to the community, to know that he's invested so much in all the students, all the staff members that he has led and served throughout his career. I think that there's no better person that they could recognize for this honor. He's just given so much to Piper.
Hi, Mr. Breedlove. This is Julie Friesen, and I just wanted to send you a quick note of congratulations on being inducted into the Piper Hall of Fame. What a great honor, and so deserving. You know, your leadership has left such a lasting impact, not just on the schools that you led, but on us as teachers and students whose lives you've helped shape. And you know, I'm really grateful, especially grateful for you hiring me. So thank you for that. But what I really appreciated is how you truly led with both vision and heart. Thank you. And thank you for setting the bar super high and for showing us what great leadership looks like. Congratulations.
My name is Erica Simpson, and I met Mr. Larry Breedlove many years ago when he looked like this. Mr. Breedlove was a model for me as a student, a leader for me as an educator, an advisor as a peer. From starting my career teaching his own daughters to wrapping up this later part of my career having taught his grandchildren, he built my confidence as an educator. He reassured me as a new parent all of those years ago and reminded us as his staff to always remember we're people first. I have countless memories of my years working with Larry, including our staff trip to Peer Helpers Camp. Please don't ask. But it's the lessons that he shared that resonate over the decades. So thank you, Larry, for being a true educator, a champion for our Piper community, and for guiding so many of us over the years. Congratulations, it's well deserved.
It's truly an honor to speak about someone who has had such a profound impact on both my career and my life, Mr. Larry Breedlove. I can say with complete honesty, I would not be the leader I am today without him. His belief in me from the very beginning, laid the foundation for my leadership journey. In fact, I still remember that phone interview back in 2003. A South Texas girl, nervous but excited, talking to a principal in Kansas City. He was taking a chance. You see, it was his first phone interview, he said, and I was about to leave everything I knew behind. When I arrived to sign my contract and meet him in person for the very first time, I'm pretty sure he didn't expect to find me crying in my van, and then crying again in his office. I didn't want to leave home, and honestly, I think he probably thought, she's going to change her mind and head right back to Texas. Well, I didn't, and God knew I needed someone in my corner. I like to say, he knew I needed an angel to watch over me because I was away from my family, and that's exactly what he became. A second dad, or my Kansas dad as I used to call him. 6 months into the job, Larry said I should consider going into administration. And like so many others in this room, I found it very hard to say no to Larry Breedlove. He believed in my leadership before I did. It is my honor to say congratulations on being inducted into the Piper Hall of Fame.
So, yes, Dad, I am so proud of you. It's no shock to me that you're getting this. It's well deserved. And you definitely will always be remembered as Mr. Breedlove.
Congratulations, Dad. You deserve every accolade. You mean a lot to this community. And hopefully we're living up to your standards as well that you've implanted in us as in our daily life as your daughters.
Oh, I start crying. Dad, thank you for believing in me, for being strong for me when I needed you, and I still do. And thank you for instilling all the values that you do, you and Mom. And I know Mom isn't getting recognized, but she's the wife of that principal who kept the house going when he was busy too. And I just want to say that I love you, Dad, and I hope that I can just be a small part of who you are.